Hi, our children. We are going now to discuss our new module, which is Module 5. Module 5, page 54 at your student box. Please open it and follow the words with me. First of all, look at the title of our module. It is Elementary, my dear Watson. This is a sentence. It is taken from our text, which is going to read now. Elementary, my dear Watson. Let's read the words and let's take the meaning of our new vocabulary at this module. First of all, owner. He is someone who has something. Patient, someone sick and he goes to the doctor. Conclusion. It is something you decide after considering all the information. And conclusion, we give it the meaning in Arabic as النتيجة. Method, it's the way that you follow to do something. Interested, giving attention to something. Elementary, it's not complicated, simple, easy. Absent-minded, likely to forget things. Let's look at absent-minded. We sometimes call people as absent-minded when they forget things. Scratched, marks made on a hard surface with a sharp object. It is in Arabic means خدوش. Intelligent, clever or wise. Famous, well known. Logical, reasonable. And we mean by it منطقي. Professional, related to a job. Pleasant, friendly. So friendly people, we call them pleasant people. Okay, this is the words of our lesson. Now let's open at page 55 and let's read the text now. Sherlock Holmes sat at the breakfast table and gave me a walking stick. There was something written on it. To Mr. James Mortimer from his friends, 1884. As you can see at this paragraph 1, you see paragraph 1, at paragraph 1, underline it. When we say Sherlock Holmes sat at the breakfast table and gave me a walking stick, so who is me? Who is talking here? And something is written on it. What is it? Related to whom? The things that is written on the stick to Mr. James Mortimer from his friends, 1884. This sentence is the thing that is written on the stick. James Mortimer is a person who is a doctor in a place. He was a lovely doctor. His people like him very much, and they gave him a present, which is a stick. This stick, they scratched on it. They wrote on it this sentence: to Mr. James Mortimer from his friends, and the date is in 1884. Also, I want you to concentrate on paragraph 1, because in paragraph 1 we have a very important thing, which is the setting. The setting is the place and the time. Where are they sitting? Mr. Sherlock Holmes and his friend Watson. And when? Because they are having breakfast. Look at breakfast. This word. Breakfast, so it is in the morning. The time is in the morning. Okay, and Mr. Sherlock Holmes, who is a very famous detective. We know him very much, and I think you watched on TV Conan, our detective Conan, that is also just like Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is the famous detective, is sitting with Mr. Watson at Mr. Watson's home. This is the place, Mr. Watson's or Dr. Watson's home. They are sitting at the morning because they are having a breakfast. Okay, what did Sherlock Holmes give Mr. Watson? He gave him a stick. This stick means asa, or let's say it is, as you can see in the picture, this is the stick. You see the stick? This is the stick. Okay, this stick, Sherlock Holmes gave it and to his friend Dr. Watson and said to him to look at it. What was written on this stick? To Mr. James Mortimer from his friends, 1884. This is all about paragraph 1. Don't forget the pronoun it. It is related to the stick. Don't forget the setting, the place, and the time. Please, when I am talking, you are going to listen once and twice. You are going to take notes. Let's complete. Well, Watson, what can you tell me about the owner of the stick? Asked Holmes. So Holmes, who is Sherlock Holmes, asked his friend Watson, what can he understand about the stick? He told him, this is the stick. My friend Watson, this is the stick. Can you tell me what can you understand from the owner of the sticks? صاحب هذه العصا. Can you tell me what can you understand about his character? I think that Mr. Mortimer, the owner of the stick, is an old contradictor. His patients like him. So they are patients. They are his patients. His patients gave him this walking stick. So this is at this paragraph from I think to the stick. This paragraph describes Watson's point of view. It is Watson's point of view according to the stick. Watson thinks that Mr. Mortimer, the owner of the stick, is an old country doctor, old man. And he is a country doctor, not a city doctor. And his patients like him very much. Because they like him very much, they gave him this present, this walking stick. Good, said Holmes. Why do you think he is a country doctor? Now Holmes is asking his friend Watson, why do you say that he is a country doctor? Why he is not a city doctor? Why not? Now Watson is answering because this stick is very scratched. So the stick is scratched means we have a lot of marks on it, خدوش at it. A city doctor does not carry such an old stick. If he is a city doctor, he is not carrying such an old stick. Maybe he will carry a modern stick. This is Watson's point of view. Holmes took the stick from my hand and looked at it. It relates to the stick. Look at it. The word it, the pronoun it. It relates to the stick. Now this is the answer. This is the answer of Watson at this paragraph. Why he thinks at this paragraph, this is the answer of Mr. Watson. Now we are going to talk about and to read about Holmes' point of view. رأي Holmes. Interesting. I think the man is a country doctor, but he is not old. This is at this paragraph sorry, this is at this paragraph Holmes' point of view. He thinks, Sherlock Holmes thinks that the man is a country doctor. He is not old, he is a young man. He is pleasant. What does it mean pleasant? It means friendly. And absent-minded doctor. This is the point of view, okay? So if I asked you a question, what is the point of view of Sherlock Holmes? This is the answer, okay? Without writing interesting. He thinks the man is a country doctor. He's not old, he's young, pleasant, and absent-minded doctor. Absent-minded means شارد الذهن. He forgets things. How did you know that? Watson asked Sherlock Holmes. How did you know that? Elementary. Elementary means it's easy. It's not complicated, my dear Watson. He answered his friend and he says, that is easy matter, my friend. Only pleasant people get the presents. Just friendly people get the presents. And only absent-minded men forget their sticks. So he thinks that he is friendly, pleasant, because people give him presents. And only absent-minded men, the men whose minds are absent, who forget things, they forget their sticks, okay? This is at this paragraph. The last paragraph is why. Why does Sherlock Holmes think that the man or the doctor was young? He is not old and he is pleasant and absent-minded, okay? Now this is the end of our paragraph. Read the following conversation. This conversation was between Watson and Sherlock Holmes. Watson and Sherlock Holmes were famous detectives. What's the meaning of detective? As Conan. Conan is a detective, okay? So they were famous detectives. They were well known to solve logical problems, okay? Why do you think Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson are such famous characters? I want you to answer and to look for this question and give me your answers back. Okay, why they are famous characters? Why? Thank you, and I want you to look at the pictures I wrote with this recording. Thank you very much.